How you guys doing? It's Summer from Foodball Driving, and we've got a little bit of a special one today. So welcome to 2021, firstly, and secondly, welcome back the Hilux after its much maintenance and many mods as well too. I mean, I took it off the road for about close to 4 months to get a fair bit done. So I put a comment out, or put a video out on TikTok asking a little bit of a Q&A. So that's what we're going to be doing today, is a Q&A on the old Lux. I got Olive here with me, so excuse her. Hey? Are you going to be a good girl? You going to be a good girl for the video? So I'll try and do this in an order that seems a little bit more fluid. The first question was, when and where did I get the car from? So we've had this Lux. She's a 2003 Sr5 model Hilux, and we've had this in the family for, well, since we got it from zero as well. My uncle first had it. He gave it then to my dad, and my dad then gave it to me as well too, and so on and so forth, obviously. And fingers crossed, I might pass this down the line if I take care of it as well too. So it's got the V6 under the hood as well. I've changed really nothing except one thing, which we can show you in a sec as well too. So I got it from Dad, bog stock. Completely stock. My uncle and my dad didn't put any mods on there as well too. My dad loves four-wheel driving, but he just never wanted to put anything on this one. He just used it really as a daily to get to work and back. So next question was, what was my first modification to the vehicle? Right here. This was the flatbed tray that we got rid of the tub. I had a canopy for a short amount of time, and I didn't like the restriction on space. It didn't have side pop-up side window, so I couldn't really get into the side either. And the tub on the Sr5 is really, really high and restrictive on what you can put in due to the wheel arches and a few other things as well. So nice, cheapy marketplace item was this one. I was looking for about 6 months. I almost got a friend to custom build a tray for me. I got this off, or a bloke over down on the other side of Geelong. He basically pulled it off his basically identical Hilux to mine, so I didn't even have to get different bolts. Everything just like took on, bolted off. I've got sides for them as well too. I really don't like using the sides as much, and you've seen I sometimes take off the headboard as well too. So that's the first mod. Another question was, how many K's she done? Very good question as well too. So when my uncle got it from my dad, I think it had done just over 100 or just under 100. Then I got it off my dad at about 160 by memory. And it's done 220 on the clock. So pretty young girl as well too. Next question was, have you had any trouble with her? Well, no, not really. Neither myself, my uncle, or my dad have had any mechanical really issues at all. It's had basically Toyota services for basically almost up to the 100,000. Dad did it professionally serviced, and I've got basically I tried to get the same guy to do the servicing that when Dad had it. He kept on going as well too. He actually even wanted to buy the vehicle off my dad. He was a little bit upset when I said I was going to have it, and well, that was that. So it's got the old big V6 with the V6s. The radiator and the radiator fan is plastic. So one day when I was going through a river crossing, I cracked the fan. And that was because the fan was obviously hot and it hit the water, and it was very brittle, being very old. I think it was the original fan, like 15 years old. That fan snapped, and I managed to nurse it about half a day in low range, so not going too fast. The fan was still spinning. It was causing a significant amount of wobbling on that timing housing area where it's connected to. Obviously, with the timing where it spins, the engine makes the fan spin more when it needs to. That fan basically wobbled and exploded. I'll just go ahead and show you the remnants and the aftermath. That's the fan coil piece spinning up because it was the only way to go. And it bang, and it almost went through the bonnet. So that's probably the biggest issue that I've had. Looking up, we're always experts in hindsight. Looking up all the 3.4, the V6s of this, every single one, even the 4 litres, as soon as you break a fan, stop driving it. Stop driving it, because that slight amount of vibration causes catastrophic engine failure. It's something I just ignored. I think I was about a few years dumber, and if I knew what I did now, I would have just parked it up and then just got someone to tow me out. It would have been much simpler, much easier. It wouldn't have been a complex rebuild on the top end as well too. So with that, I did the fan belt, the timing housing, the water pump, the starter motor was also gone as well too. It's had a fair bit of change underneath the bonnet. Obviously the radiator had a big tear hole for where the fan tried to bow and break. So a new radiator in there as well too. That's basically a lot of new parts underneath this engine as well too, plus the rebuild at 200,000 as well too. So I haven't really been public as much on that, but something I'm just coming out to say now. It's one of those, if you've got one of these 3.4s, once that fan belt or once that fan snaps in any way, shape or form, and it's causing any slight amount of vibration, just stop driving it. It's just not worth it. This is the only slightly performance modification I've done on the vehicle. This is the Safari snorkel I've put on here. It's just got the ram head. I think it works better with the petrol as well too. So it just has that more black, sleeker design. I've never really thought about going the Stano. This one's fine for what I do. It's done a fair few river crossings. As you can tell, like when I did the Crooked River crossing, I had this car floating. It was pretty hectic. Standard set of roof racks, they're just rails. And on top of that, that just basically holds the miniature King's awning. As you can see, I've done the King's delete. And that basically just hides up that Dickie logo as well too. And I like little bits of red. I've got a few bits, a little bit of red around the car as well too, so it just makes it pop against the black. Got the shovel holder up there as well too. I haven't done side steps. These are the original side steps on them. They're just alley. They've taken a few dinks as well too, so it's all about just that little bit of protection. But I'll probably end up going to some sliders soon, but I'm not fussed. Next one is the suspension. There we go. The front suspension's just standard fulcrum. That's 2-inch on that, but I dialed it right back. It's basically just about a 1-inch lift. The shocks in this were done at about the 200,000 mark, and they were pretty, there you going. So I moved them on as well too. Plus the leaves had started to really deform as well too. Dad and I have obviously had some pretty heavy loads to banana out those leaves like that. And the leaves that I got put underneath, that's a standard 2-inch. With the alley tray, there is literally no weight on the back now. And I've got the constant 300 kilos underneath as well too. That is terrible when you've got just the flatbed like this. I absolutely would not recommend in any way, shape or form constant leaves for someone who does full driving as well too. It's way easier and way simpler to just put airbags in. It might be more costly, but the ability to turn them off and get your flex back, like I got no flex in the arse. So yeah, I have to put weight on to get that to articulate. So I would not recommend it. If I had my time again, I'd put normal 2-inch standards in with no constant. He's all pooped. On the front, this is just a standard aluminium bar as well too. I'm pretty sure it's the TJM aluminium bar. I would say it would be, because there is a TJM winch mount underneath. That's steel. So the steel, it's the winch sits in a steel winch mount, and then the bar basically mounts to the winch mount as well too. So winch mount takes basically everything, all the force. And I've also got a little X-ball winch. So that seems to be doing what I need to do it as well. So I don't go often, and that seems pretty reliable as well too. So the winch, the bar came with these light mounts. So I just put a set of tiny little King's lights on. They've never really let me astray. I've got the aftermarket globes in there, so I've got LED and LED whenever I chuck on the high beams. I don't really think I need that much more on this, but I would love to go brighter, because, you know, everyone's scared of the dark. So it's just got, like I said before, just a standard 2-inch lift. It's wound back a little bit in the front. At the moment, and mostly on all of the vehicles that I've got, I've basically been running the same tyre, which is basically a 31.8 waist basically. So it's a metric just under a 32, or just imperial just under 32 inches. So 32s are basically, so whether it be 265 75 R16 or 265 70 R17, basically 16 inches or 16-inch rims on these. But I got a set of 33s that are coming for this. All I have to do is just take it to get the tire swapped, and I'll put them on this. I was even trying out the old 35s, but I've got to do a fair bit of guard modification on that one if I'm going to continue on that. There's no issue running it on the back at full compression. It still doesn't even hit the tray, but the rims that I've got are a neg 44, some ridiculous wide and bulky set rim, which it doesn't clear the back guard here, and it's absolutely fine. It clears the bull bar as well too. So if I did, I could easily just take off a small bit of the bar as well too. So we'll see how things go. So the stuff that I've had recently done is I've got a front locker in. I got one of those auto lockers. So I'm going to give that a go as well too. I think that'll be actually pretty good, even driving up here as well too. Everyone's comment whenever having one of those front auto lockers, that they have to constantly fight the locker. I'm thinking that they don't really have good power steering to fight that locker. So that one, I felt it when it was coming in, but fighting against it, I really didn't see any difference between the open diff and obviously having the auto locker in there as well too. So it was off the road for a few other days as well too. I've got the front hub seals, rear hub seals. I've redone all the brakes. That's front and back. One of the calipers on the left-hand side was seized, so I had to completely replace the housing on that. Like, I can think of so much that I've done to the car in the past 6 months that it basically makes it almost, in my opinion, a brand new car, aside from some bumps and dings on the panels, underneath the bonnet, with all the suspension as well too, and all the brakes. So I'm really, really happy where I am now. And 2022 is definitely going to be a year that I absolutely use this car as well too. Now that I'm more West Gippsland, I've got, here I am in Newgie, and it's literally 20-30 minutes down the road. I've got the dog in the back seat, she's having a nap. I'm ready to use this place to the fullest potential, ready to use the car as well too. So let me know if you like this video as well. Please leave me a comment. Please follow along on TikTok. Please follow along on Facebook and Instagram. Please subscribe down below. And we'll see you in the next video. Little bit less Hilux and hopefully a little bit more cruiser. that's a big special on that one as well too. I can't wait to show you that car as well too. We've still got the Pajero as well too, so never know. So yeah, very exciting things going to happen in 2022. Just with the video schedule, I'm going to try and aim for 24 videos this year. That's why this one's going up when I've already done one for January as well too. So I've got around the 15th, depending on where the weekend falls. And obviously at the end of the month, once again, where the weekend falls as well too. So that's probably where to look out for my videos. So I'm going to go for 2 videos a month. One of those videos a month is going to be based on the cruiser. Another one of those videos is either going to be a trip video or a food video. I'll hope to swap back and forth, making that even. So 6 trip videos, 6 food videos, and 12 builds on the cruiser as well too. So really exciting. So I hope to get the first cruiser build out in the next 2 weeks. And then I've got a trip video after that, and we'll go for that one. So thank you very much for your time. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Food wheel driving. I finally got it on a shirt. So I'm going to be basically setting up the website, foodwheeldriving.com. I'll put a tab on that soon. I'll let you guys know. I want to get a few shirts up, a few stickers, and I've got one surprise, and I'm going to try and see if I can start doing a 4-wheel drive product as well too. Something that's probably really missing in the market as well too. So I'm really, really excited. I've got some few samples coming in. It's going to be a really affordable product. It could be a great product for you. It could be one of those gifts. So that's why I'm really, really excited as well too. And thank you very much. I mean, I've spent enough time talking to the camera. And I'll see if I can pop down the hill and just see if I can show off the 4-wheel drive and show off the capability of the locker, and we'll see how it goes, and all the suspension works that I've done so far as well too. I'm really excited. 2022 is going to be a good year.